Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld Star Wars Let's Play. So, it was only a matter of time, but we have finally gotten our first infestation. We made it pretty far. I mean, we've built this massive base, and this is the first one we've gotten, although it certainly won't be the last. And it came in a pretty bad spot, actually, because this is a very open area with no real doors sealing it off. And there's 3 of them, so I'm going to attack this immediately. We're going to call up everybody nearby. Well, we're going to call up everybody, period, and we're just going to gang up on these guys and try to destroy them ASAP, because the way infestations work is the longer you let them sit, the worse they get. So it's going to be dangerous attacking this outright, but it's going to be more dangerous to put it off. Before we do that, though, just to give you guys a quick recap of what I've been doing off camera. This hallway's been dug out. That was quite the ordeal. I think at the end of last episode, it ended like right here, and this lower hallway didn't exist at all. And so that's all been dug out. This has been made into a small sub-freezer. Well, no, it's a freezer. It's just a small one. But this will be storage for anything we end up growing in these hydroponics areas that doesn't, count as food and get hauled up to this one for cooking. So, smoke leaf, things like that. Maybe psychoid or... I don't think we can grow hops in hydroponics basins, but whatever we end up growing in those will get stored there. Unless, of course, it's rice, then it gets sent up to the top. And let's see, we've got 2 heaters in here. They are not quite set right, so they should be at about 25 Celsius. And you may notice the indoor temperature dropped a bit. That's because we hit this right here, and it completely breached our base and just started flooding it with cold air. So I had them quickly wall it off and build a door there. But it was a little bit late, and so we did take on some of that cold air. Also, I want to... let's see... I want to remove these. These are steel floors. We want to make sure we utilize that. And this is a steel wall, so we'll want to tear that down for steel as well. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and start attacking these damn things. Togrul, you're going to be first there, buddy. I need you to step to the side and start shooting that thing. Zash, go smack up whatever you can. If we destroy the hives, they will stop spawning. So everybody gang up on that one, or everybody that's nearby. Oh, I completely forgot. We have a new character. We have Hermione. And she was just walking by and asked if we needed help. And I was like, well, sure. I don't mind another character. And she's pretty solid. She's not great at any one thing, but she has at least moderate passion in quite a few things. And she's pretty solid at a few things as well. So I've been using her mostly for crafting. It's interesting because one of her traits is green thumb, but that's one of her worst skills. So mostly she's been crafting for us, although she occasionally does mine as well. And I'd like to get her... I gave her a pistol for now, but I may give her this E11 blaster rifle. Eventually we'll get her some armor, just as we will with everybody else. But let's get you in here, and I need you to start... Maybe go there. That should give you possibly line of sight on that. Heth is up here, apparently. Oh, who did I just catch eating a survival meal? You. God. Okay, well, I have to draft you. Undraft. She will never do hauling, so I'm just going to forbid this. And, yeah, eat that meal that you're doing. I'm going to let him finish eating, and then we'll run him down there. Do you have a weapon? You do. Let's get you in there as well. Basically going to need to get everybody in here. Kenta, you should be down there. Ox, I'll have you charge this one. Who else is around? Keel, you have a blaster. Let's get you in there. I think I called up everybody in that area. So, you guys are going. Kepin, let's get you in here as well. Corona. You have your Vibro Sword. Why don't you charge in there and start hitting something? I already drafted you. You already have your orders. There's May. I'm going to leave May alone. Oh, wow. A bunch of people are up here. Damn. Well, it's going to take them a while to get down here, but we need them down here, so... You are incapable of violence. You have your cleaver. Most of our weapons, I think, are done at this point. Let's get you in there as well. Okay. So we'll hit play first. Oh, let's slow things down here. Ah, we're already getting attacked. Ox, I need you to deal with the mega scarabs there. Oh man, we have a mega spider as well. God damn. Oh, this is so bad. Alright, attack the mega spider first. I need you shooting... Really? You can't see it? Well, kill the mega scarabs first. We don't want them killing our people. Why don't you get back? Get back there and let Ox deal with those. Oh, this is so bad. Light him up, Kenta. Heth, are you done? No, no, no. I need you down here, man. Need you down here. This could be so bad. God, there's so many mega spiders. Alright. I need you shooting anything. Kenta, you're kind of in the way there, bud. Alright, Corona, start melee attacking that. Yevra's getting pretty beat up. But we just don't have any real good way to deal with these things. Alright, that's down. Can I get you guys attacking this? You need to be destroying those hives so that they don't continue to spawn. And let's see, Heth. Force choke this thing, please. Alright, it's stunned. Now then, go kill it. Ox, go kill this. Togruel's down. Corona, why don't you rescue him? Kenta, I need you in here shooting stuff. And Hermione, let's get you in there as well. Let's see, I need you melee attacking that. Ox, how are you doing, man? You're just a little bit beat up, nothing too serious. Yevra's downed. Ooh, she's not in great shape. That thing's dead. That's dead. That's not dead yet, but it will be soon. I think I'm going to undraft you, and I need you to rescue her. Okay, please. Wait, no. Heth, please destroy that. Kenta, come down here and blast the hell out of this. Let's get you guys out of the way, if you don't mind. Come on, move. Thank you. Now melee attack. And have you guys destroyed that yet? No, you're god-awful shots. Okay, there's no bugs anywhere else. Salt, I need you in here. Probably a little bit late for you at this point. Let's see. Make sure we finish these guys off. Go help out there. Kenta, I'm going to put you here and have you shooting that one. Okay, that's done. Alright, in that case, fire away. Ox, go get yourself treated. No, don't consume them. Are they all dead? I think they're all dead. Alright, in that case, you can just go back to what you were doing. I think we're about done here. Salt, you can help out with that. And Heth, you are done. I think Heth saved us there. Being able to stun that one mega spider definitely helped. There we go. Alright. Everybody back to what they were doing. I mean, that could have gone a lot worse. Definitely could have gone a lot worse. Let's see. I don't think any of the injuries were all that bad. There's some people that were very badly injured. But they could have been injured much worse. Who is still alive here? Something is still alive right there. There's... Oh, you. Zash, go get yourself treated. I'm going to let Salt finish that thing off. Yeah, just beat it to death with your blaster. And we'll make sure that this gets hauled. We can turn that into kibble or something, I believe. We'll use the insect meat for animal food. Alright, Salt, as you were. What are you doing? No, don't go through there. That door is forbidden. Why did she walk through it? Whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Looks like Boss is getting stuff patched up. He's been doing pretty well. I haven't noticed any weird kinks with his AI chip. So that's good. That's very good. And let's see. How's everybody doing? Togruel. You're in no immediate danger. Ox. is fine as well. Where did everybody else end up? Yevra's in her actual bed being treated by May. That's good. Death in 13 hours. Nothing that looks like it's going to be permanent, though. That stab scar was already there. We'll get her a bionic hand or something, but everything else looks fine. By the way, I added a new mod to this playthrough called DE Surgeries, and that effectively just allows us to do surgery to treat permanent injuries. So if somebody gets like a scar on their hand, rather than just replacing the hand, we can actually try to repair the damage. And depending on how badly damaged it is, the difficulty increases. But it just gives us more options, so we don't have to like cut every injured limb off, which is a little bit unrealistic. And hopefully these insects get hauled into the well, there's nowhere to put them in the freezer, I guess. Let's see, Zash, do you haul? I always forget who does and who doesn't. I need that hauled. I'm gonna have to do another check and make sure nobody's eating survival meals. And speaking of survival meals, I think we're gonna get an opportunity to put them to use pretty soon here. We got a new objective, pretty close by actually, especially compared to the others. The Jackers of Torture have a outpost here. The Jackers of Torture being a faction that have attacked us in the past. And the Orange Desert Compact wants us to destroy it, and they will give us a vanometric power cell if we do so. I am very interested in that, especially since the whole round trip is supposed to only be about 4 days. I already checked. And as much as I don't like the idea of just sending them on foot through the snow, it's not too bad a journey, all things considered. We'll have to be very careful about who we send, though, because they're going to need very, very good temperature, especially cold temperature resistance. Otherwise, they could, freeze to death on the way there. So Heth would be, the obvious choice. He's pretty much impervious to temperature in that armor. Minus 75, which I don't think we've ever seen it get that cold, although potentially it could. He's obviously also sort of a one-man army at this point, so while it is possible to maybe have him destroy the entire base himself, it seems ill-advised to try that just in case something does happen. So we'll probably send like Kenta once he's healed, and while his temperature range is a bit worse, if we give him a Stormtrooper helmet, which we have a few, we just don't wear them, that will improve it significantly. And I think we could probably send Ox too. He's obviously a very good melee combatant and similar temperature tolerances. And then Salt is another person I was considering. Basically everybody in Stormtrooper armor we'll send. And everybody else can hold down the base. If we get attacked, we still have plenty of solid fighters. We just don't have, quite as good equipment on them. But most of our melee characters now have proper weapons. Maris has a Vibro Axe. Karin has a Vibro Cleaver. I think I gave Mara... Oh, she has a blaster. You have a blaster. Who was it? Yevra? No, Yevra doesn't have a weapon yet. She needs a melee weapon, so she's like the last one. Oh, Corona has the Vibro Sword. That's right. So yeah, a lot of melee characters with proper weapons finally. But we also have a lot of survival meals, so I think that'll work out pretty well. Again, it's just a matter of getting everybody healed up first. But I'd like to do that. It's free power. And I figured we have these slots right here that would fit... technically, they would fit batteries. So if we did something like that and then just put a door at the end. So like this and... Whoops, why didn't that work? There we go. So we could lay it out something like that. But rather than batteries here, I figure we'll do the vanometric power cell. And maybe we can just hold those open until we get 4 of them. So those will only be vanometric power cells, and we'll just wait until we accrue 4. That could be very, very difficult to do, but I think it would be worth it. Because again, it's free power. And we can put batteries anywhere. It doesn't have to be there, so that would be kind of an interesting way to lay them out or something like that. I don't know that any... I don't know if it's even realistic to assume that we could get 4. It may be something that you can only get 1 of, but I don't think so. I don't think so. We'll see, though. I'm sure somebody knows. Is everybody getting treated? Let's survey that real quick. So you've been all patched up. Ox, I assume you've been all patched up as well. Who still needs treatment? Zash? She just has a minor cut. Who can do that really quickly? You can't treat yourself. Lynn, you're actually half decent. Can you just... Oh, Karin's actually about to go do it. Then I won't bother. And did you get patched up? You did. Oh, you got medicine. That's a waste. I think these were... Well, the gunshot was definitely already there. I assume that the stab scar was too. Everything else looks like it'll heal. So Togrul's able to walk again. He's going to go eat. Oh, no, he's going to go haul. Wow. Oh, we get some travelers. Do you guys have anything to trade? No. Well, as much as I'd like to take them prisoner and make them work for us, I don't want to cross this faction because they're willing to pay us and give us quests. We already have enough enemies, so let's not make more. At least not right now. They're a pretty solid character. Pyromaniac, though. Bantha. Wow. Beautiful and a hard worker with very good combat skills and high social. Potentially a decent builder as well. I mean, it would take a while, but could get good at it and growing. And then Pilot. Yeah, those are good characters. Well, no. They have some bad traits, or at least 2 of them did, but Bantha is actually pretty solid. I'm not going to take them prisoner, though. Again, they're the ones willing to give us that vanometric power cell. I'm not going to ruin that opportunity by attacking 3 of their people. It's a shame that they don't have anybody to trade with, though. I'd love to trade. Alright, guys, so I'm going to try something here. As soon as Heth is done eating, I'm going to queue up a heal other on Yevra. Since she was the most badly injured, I figure we'll throw it on her and see how much it helps. We've tried this in the past and it was pretty effective, but this will be a good way to sort of get a better idea. So he's going to do it right now and we'll see what exactly it does. Oh wow, it cut quite a few of them out. That's pretty impressive actually. So, I mean, she was in no danger at this point anyways, unless of course there was an infection or something. But yeah, that dealt with a lot of stuff there. So that'll be useful, certainly, in the future. In fact, we probably should have done it earlier. But she, I mean, we knew if we stopped the bleeding, she would have been fine. But yeah, in more desperate situations in the future, we'll definitely want to take advantage of that. Let's get that steel mined out. And there's not really anything else to do down here. I've got to figure out what other expansions I want to make, because we still have a lot of area down to the south here that we can work with. We can still push a little bit to the east as well. I don't know exactly how much. We might be able to fit in another one of these before we... Because there's a little bit of a buffer between where we can build and the edge of the map. So that might work. Let's see. Maybe it'll show me with the plans. Ah, there we go. Yeah. I don't think that's gonna work. What are these? 5 by 3. So if I did 5 by 3 like that, we could squeeze in like one more set of bedrooms and then maybe another hallway or something. I don't know if that's even worth doing necessarily. We've already got it sort of mined out down there though. I guess we need to do this still. Not that we have, you know, even enough prisoners to justify this. But let's go ahead and mine these rooms out. And we'll get these little hallways. Something like that. The doors as well. And then these rooms still need to get mined out, or at least that one does. Then we'll push into here. And that's going to have a proper wall. And I think we'll do this as well, because that needs to be filled in. And then we'll grab all of that. And you know what? We can do these rooms too. We may as well do it all at once. Because if they're mining in there, it means I don't have anything else queued up. I'll need to cancel some of those. Whoops. And there we go. So that'll be the extent of our prison. And I messed up. Where did I mess up here? Okay. Then we'll wall this off right here, this row. And then we'll double this one up. So again, if they try to break out or something, they'll have to go through double layer of walls, and we'll probably double up these doors too. And then once this wall is done, I'll have them mine out this hallway. Although I probably should have made that double thick too. I guess technically I could. It would give them very little space to walk though. Yeah, I'll just leave it single thick. It's really not that big a deal. Honestly, we didn't even necessarily need it double thick here. I may remove this, and we can use those marble blocks for something else. And that'll give them just a little bit more room, or give us a little bit more room to build stuff in here. Because again, when they're being forced to work, there's other things we can have them do. If you want a good example of that, if you're not super familiar with this mod, check out our Skyrim playthrough. We've actually got it up and running a little bit earlier because we're not dealing with all the technology stuff that we're dealing with this one. That one's medieval, so very, very straightforward technologically. And we've got the quarry down. We've got like 3 prisoners working it right now, I believe. And so we have like 1, it might be 4 actually, but we have like 1 or 2 people mining. And then we have 1 person basically dedicated to cutting those chunks that they harvest into stone blocks that we can use for building. And it's very, very efficient. It has really streamlined our building process, because where the blacksmith in that playthrough was having to do all that work before, now he just picks up the already cut blocks that the prisoners are making, and then he just goes and builds for us. And so that's really handy, especially because cutting those stone blocks does not improve your skills at all. It doesn't really require any skill, and therefore you don't really, I don't think you gain any XP from it. Uh-oh. Oh, why did that get roofed off in the first place? Why did they build a roof on this? I guess it doesn't matter. It'll keep it from getting colder in here. Although it's already pretty damn cold. But yeah, it's, as long as they don't, you know what, here. We'll make this a little bit safer. Where is our marble walls? Just throw down 1 there. Just do something like that. And that'll keep it from collapsing. It shouldn't be a big deal. There's not really anything happening here, but you never know when a pawn might wander in there for no particular reason and have something caved in on them. We actually saw that happen in the Skyrim playthrough as well. But that was, they actually had a reason. We were tearing down an old structure, and they removed the roof last after removing the walls, and the person doing it had the roof fall down on them, and it destroyed her eye. And yeah, it went from 10 health to 0 health in 1 hit, so she's completely blind in that eye now. Looks like we've got another harvest going. We're actually running out of places to put our raw food. And I don't know why. Oh, Togrel's just not happy right now. Oh wow, double rejection. Yeah, so he was originally with Corona, and then I believe last episode, I don't remember if this happened on camera, but I'm pretty sure I talked about it. If not, he decided to leave her and go to Maris, and I guess he was rejected by Maris as well. He's also in pain. He's asleep, so why is it saying night owl in daytime? Right, well, Heth, how's your force pool doing? Can we maybe get a heal other on him as well? That'll be helpful, and that'll mitigate his pain somewhat because the injuries will just be gone. But if we need to, we can give him a smoke leaf joint. We do have quite a few of them available. I don't think he'll need it. We might give it to him anyways, just because the effects from that will help even if he's not in pain. It'll just help mitigate the pain even more if he is. We're doing pretty good on our floors and stuff here. They've made a lot of progress. I think most of it's just because we don't have a lot of construction queued up anymore. I still need to light all of these, and with all the additional lighting that we've added, power is going to become an issue. It's only an issue right now because we're getting so little wind power. When these are running at full, we're actually fine. You can see just with the solar generators, we're still gaining power. Oh, actually we're losing a little bit. Not that much though. But yeah, we'll want to expand our power grid. I may do that with an additional one of these guys, our geothermal generators. It's just that I'm not quite sure how I want to handle these yet. I may build a small outpost out here, wall them in, and have a little room in between. And we can make it like a guard post or something. But I do still need to wire it to this, and we had talked about having a way station in between. I may do that as well, so in combination with that. But yeah, it's going to be hard to transport that power all the way to us. And then alternatively, well, not necessarily alternatively, but in addition to that, we can add more other sources of power. So I could put one of these like there, for example, and that would make it, you know, pretty straightforward because it's already on the grid. And I think I'll go ahead and queue that up, but obviously it's not going to do a whole lot for us immediately. And I could add more of these as well. I can put this here. It's not going to block the wind there. These are considered low enough where they're not going to block it. So I could add more of these. Like, yeah, just do one there, yeah. And we'll see if that's enough. We're also constantly making components, so we should be fine on that. And that's something that Hermione's really been helping us with, because prior to that, Salt had to do it, and Salt is not the best. She's actually pretty good at crafting. What is she doing right now, by the way? She's actually the one cutting our stone blocks. That's fine. And it looks like everybody's smoothing floors right now. We need more construction projects. I guess we'll see once they finish these. Well, not that. This and the solar panel. Once we have those done, I may fill out another one of these hydroponics rooms. That will be very expensive components-wise and power-wise. So it's something we don't need to necessarily rush. And I was thinking down here, I might eventually just do another block of 4 like this right here across the hall. Don't know what I want to do here yet, but we may as well keep expanding down because we still have plenty of room. This looks like about half of our current base we could fit in right here. So there's still a lot of space that we can utilize. Not that we necessarily have to utilize it, but we may as well, right? We'll just keep scaling up because potentially we'll keep adding people. And so there's plenty of stuff to do. I was also sort of considering maybe moving our medical facilities to the south. Oh, we got some steel. Nice. Oh, that was a mistake. Yeah, please don't haul those. Oh, crap. No, it won't let me untoggle it. Uh-oh. Cancel. There we go. Yeah, don't want to do that. But yeah, I was thinking about taking our medical facilities, not necessarily moving the research bench, because we can actually have more than one, but moving our entire medical facility down here somewhere. And then that way we can have the hospital, like a genetics lab, a bionics lab, all that stuff in one area, whereas up here we kind of ran out of space because of the prison. And so this could possibly be used for something different. I'm not sure exactly what. But we do have this room here as well that we haven't even chose anything for yet. It looks like Heth leveled up again. I can't click on him because of the actual thing. There we go. So Heth, how many level ups do you have at this point? Wow, 3? Well, that gets us to Force Lightning 3, doesn't it? It requires 3 points. I am very interested because I want to see if it turns into like forked lightning and hits multiple targets. Because it really doesn't give any indication. All we know is that the cooldown shortens as it goes up. But we've seen with like Force Choke that he's actually, I mean, he crushed a polar bear's windpipe with it. That's pretty impressive. And I have been told by you guys in the comments that people who have leveled up Force Choke all the way have actually seen their Sith tear people's heads off with it. It gets pretty brutal. So I am very curious to see what tier 3 of this can do. So let's grab that. And, oh, interesting. So there's actually 2 different versions of it. That's pretty cool. Does one require more? Let's see. 0.1. It looks like the Adept is less expensive, but it also brings you further to the dark side. I'm not sure. We'll play with that a little bit, but I am very curious now, even more so than I was before, because oh, I can't do that. That's right. Let's get rid of this. We don't need that double thick anymore. Part of the reason we did it double thick was to insulate against this. I don't know why that's still so cold in there. Might need additional heaters, but I'm less concerned about the temperature in there and more concerned with it bleeding into our base. And that's a marble door, so it's actually really, really slow. Why is nobody cooking? Oh, you're just being incredibly inefficient about it. I'm pretty sure this is set to just drop on the floor. Yeah, so I guess he's hauling them anyways? I'm not sure what he's doing, to be perfectly honest, but yeah, he's supposed to just cook them and then drop them on the floor and let somebody else deal with transporting them. I should probably... I'm trying to think of new places to store food. I like it in here because if they grab one, chances are they're going to sit down here and eat it. I've got these forbidden just because those are extras. I'd like to keep them there, and we'll just keep adding the new ones over here. But I don't like only having 60 stockpiled. That's not a lot. So I want to expand the build to maybe like 100 or something, but I need a place to store 100. This is not really ideal, especially right now with all the raw food in there. Actually, we need to get the medicine out of there too. That's something we need to do. So again, part of what I was thinking about moving the medical center down here is I could have one of these hydroponics rooms dedicated strictly to medicine production. So for example, up here we have a little bit of neutropamine happening, a little bit of heal root, and eventually we'd want to do psychoid as well because we can make painkillers if we have some of that. So if the medical area was down here, like maybe this area, one of these could be dedicated to... Well, actually, we could just have it in those rooms. But that way, everything would be a little bit more compartmentalized and closer together. I think that would work better. I'm just really reluctant to have to kind of scrap some of the stuff we've done over here. All these tables would need to get torn down. But I guess in the long run, it might be worth it efficiency-wise. And we can still leave this here and just build another one down there for May to work on. Or... no, we don't want to have like a hospital up here and then everything else down there. That's just not efficient. But then again, we don't want to have the hospital too far away from all the people as well. I don't know. We'll think on it. But I definitely like the idea of having sort of all that stuff down here. And then again, we can just focus all of this on food. Most of this on food, and then maybe one room for things that we're going to grow to make products to sell, and the other one strictly for drugs. Because if we crank out a bunch of neutropamine, we'll probably do like maybe half neutropamine and then a quarter of it psychoid and a quarter of it herbal medicine, because we need the neutropamine for painkillers and medicine production. And if we make an excess of those, we could sell those as products too, but we'd certainly use them for our own purposes as well. And then, you know, the other room could be... again, I don't think hops work in hydroponics basins, but I don't mess with that very often, so I could be mistaken. But there's other things that we can grow and sell. We can make like Spectago tea, things like that. So I like the idea of it down here, but the hospital down here doesn't make sense. At least not as much sense as its current location. Although, I guess if it were here or something, it wouldn't be as bad. Huh. We could make one of those a dedicated hospital. And then... yeah, and then if anything happens outside, this is pretty central. It's right outside the main entrance. That might work. I don't know. We are out of time though, so I guess I'll leave you guys with that, and you're welcome to you know, make suggestions regarding all the ideas I've pitched here today. There is still plenty of room to the south, so we want to use it for something. I'd like to have sort of like a unified science area, and we ran out of room for that up here. It's going to be too much work to move the prison elsewhere. It'll still be a lot of work to move the hospital stuff, but I think it'll be less work, because really it's just a matter of tearing these things down and rebuilding new ones. Whereas we could sort of do that up here. I mean, really it's just tearing down the quarry. and then the walls and like resituating everything. So it's possible, but it might be harder to do. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we can move the prison to the south instead. But we already have the growing areas here, and we already have the kitchen there with these growing areas. So maybe the medical stuff does need to move down there just to stick near these. Again, I did want to add another block of them there, so we're gonna have a lot of growing in the south. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And with that, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.